Hi there, Spencer. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for reaching out. Thank you for connecting. So happy to be able to do a reading for you once again. Hope things are going well for you. I was kind of meditating on the energy a little bit. Your energy, the things you told me. So I'm excited to see what we can come up with for you today. What messages we get. Spirit's really grateful. Let's get some guidance for Spencer today. As always, if you hear any noises in the background, it's just the pets doing their thing. Abe is in timeout right now. He bit the corgi, so that was not good. Anywho, I got my COVID test results back, and those were negative. There's some cards that popped out here. We'll take those. Alright, Spirit's really grateful. I feel like I was saying a sentence and then I stopped. Oh, okay. I don't remember what I was saying though, so we'll just have to come back to that thought if I remember it. But anyways, gosh, life has been really crazy these last few days. Oh my gosh. Let's read these in reversals if they come out in reverse. I'm getting a lot of reversals here for you. So yeah, there are definitely, I'm sensing some kind of emotional hang-ups here. Just kind of what I'm getting and gathering. I'm using the Aquarian deck for you right now, so that's just what we're using. Thought I'd let you know. Let's talk about these cards a little bit. So I have the King of Pentacles here for you, which is kind of the energy I usually always give for you as far as like your financial and your working life goes. Like you are very independent, it feels like, in that sense, and you know what you're doing and you have your shit figured out as far as your stability, I feel like, goes. Like, I know you love your freedom and you love to travel and you love to do that stuff, but a stupid ad just came up. Sorry, let me skip that. But it feels like you always kind of have a plan or always have yourself taken care of when you do that stuff. So it kind of feels like you are sort of just such this powerful, independent strength and force of nature on your own that you sort of have a vibe of like, I don't really need a man. Like, yeah, it's nice to have a person and nice to be with someone and spend time with someone, but at the end of the day, like, I'm perfectly fine on my own. And truly, I don't need anyone else. I choose to be with someone else because I want them to add to my life, or I feel like I add to theirs. So yeah, it's kind of the first card we got for you there. Next we go into the King of Cups in reverse. So it's giving me a couple of different things. What I'm kind of getting is that maybe there was some sort of emotional purging that you have recently done or that you've needed to do, or that someone else has done unto you. So there could have been big sort of explosive emotions recently within your relationship that came out. Or those things could be like approaching very quickly and very soon. Because this King of Cups in reverse just talks to me about a lot of emotion that was there and had sort of reign on or control of, has sort of fallen, fallen out and fallen down. And some big kind of break as far as emotional purging and as far as needing to really get some things out, or big things are going to be coming out, is kind of what I'm gathering from this card here. Next we go to the Ten of Rods, so it feels like there was a little bit holding that back, or a little bit of kind of trying to hold back emotions, or trying to hold things together in a sense of feeling as if maybe things were falling apart a little bit, and that could be in your relationship, or that could be within yourself to where you're not sure how that relates to, or how that goes with your relationship anymore. So that's a little bit of that I'm seeing is kind of like, trying to hold on to maybe something that you know isn't there, isn't right for you, is sort of the energy that holds. This Queen of Rods in reverse kind of maybe talks to me about an imbalance of kind of at conflict or at odds with this internal part of yourself that's telling you something's not right and you're not really listening to that intuition, or something that's telling you like, it might be time for a change, or it might be time for something new, or it might be time for you to make some sort of tough decision. But you're feeling very, maybe right now, like you haven't been listening to yourself, or you've been a little bit disconnected from. I really hope you can hear me and that this music isn't too loud. Sorry. Let's see here. It should be good. It was too quiet in the background of the reading sometimes, so I want to have a little vibey music happening. Anyhow, Billie Eilish, loved that lady. Her music is so good. That's what's playing. But, okay, back on track here. So yeah, I kind of think I explained that card as best as I could, the energy I'm getting from it. The message sort of is that maybe you have a little bit of like work to do in your own sense, where it might be time, what I'm getting with these next few cards, the Three of Swords in reverse and the High Priestess in reverse, it might be sort of time for you to sit down, sit back, kind of on your own, and take a look at your situation, and take a look at, where it is you want to move, and what it is you want to do with your time and your energy, and, if there's kind of this part of yourself that you are sort of feeling like, I'm not listening to this instinct within me that knows that, maybe the situation I'm in isn't the right situation for me anymore. And maybe it was at one time. But maybe I have to accept that that changes and kind of give that the room to not be the right thing anymore if it's not. I'm kind of seeing this energy of like going within, being your own entity, being autonomous in your own sense, and not kind of holding on to things and forcing things to be that are not. So, that's kind of the message I'm getting, where it's sort of like, there has to be this release where you don't feel as if you are forcing yourself to stay in this kind of fake situation that doesn't feel right to you, or that you feel a little bit trapped in. I have the Chariot in reverse at the very edge of the first few cards we drew for you here. So I'm just sort of seeing like a block within your own independence, and a block within your own energy that is actually very powerful on its own, sort of feeling like you are maybe compromising a little bit of yourself and your energy to make a situation work that is kind of like trying to fit a circle into a square sort of situation, is sort of what I'm grasping from this overall energy of these first few cards. But we're going to go ahead and, with all that being said, draw a few more cards for you. I think I will clarify with the City Mystic deck. I'm going to switch up a little bit here. So this is the City Mystic deck made by a group in New York City. Sorry, I have a really itchy arm. I have all these weird rashes right now. I don't even know what's going on with me. God. I hope you're doing better than I am, because it has been a rough time for me these last few days and weeks and months, and good God. But we'll keep pushing forward, either way. Okay. Let's continue. I hope those first messages resonated a bit with you, Spencer. And that you can take something from them and pull something from them. It felt a little intense, but also really honest. There was no sugarcoating about that. There was no, the cards really, I don't know if they lie. I think sometimes, as a reader, I can get confused about what the messages they're trying to give me are. But I think overall, the cards tell the truth. That's what I found. I'm really stoned right now, so as if I needed to say that. Alright, Spiritually Grateful. Give us a few more messages for Spencer here. We want to know a little bit about Spencer's relationship. Spencer's love life. Kind of what's going on with that. Thank you, Spiritually Grateful. A few more messages for us about Spencer's love life. Okay. Oh, wow. So, interesting things I just pulled here. Let's kind of think about this a little bit. So I have the Nine of Cups here for you. Oh my God. Which talks about kind of a wish fulfillment. So what I'm kind of seeing is that potentially, or maybe, you had this idea about a relationship or like an ideal situation or an ideal relationship that you really wanted to be in, and you found someone that you thought was your King of Cups. You thought you found someone that was that fulfillment, that was that kind of dream relationship that you had hoped for and that you had been wanting to move towards, that it felt like all of your relationships leading up to this were kind of hoping to lead up to this and really hoping to find that completion and that full cup and that full offer and that full package of someone that you really felt had their shit together and maybe was a little bit older and maybe seemed to have all this stability that you were kind of craving or striving for or searching for within yourself and for your situation. So it seems like you thought you'd found that, but you spent some time kind of inward. You spent some time kind of, I have the Hermit in reverse here, and getting to know this person and kind of getting to know what they're really all about and seeing them in their element. And you kind of realize that, like, maybe this is an illusion. Maybe I'm the Queen of Cups all on my own. And maybe I can embody the King of Cups energy as well, to where it feels like this union or this perfect togetherness that I thought I was accomplishing or receiving or finally getting to or making it to. Maybe this isn't really what I thought it was. Or I'm sort of feeling a little bit like, maybe this isn't everything I wanted. You know, maybe it's like that kind of idea of how we dream of things and imagine things to be this magical, wonderful thing. And you're kind of realizing that what you want to do is get to know yourself better. You don't want to spend all of your time and your energy searching inside of this other person for fulfillment. And because you're not finding that. And it feels like maybe you'd spent all this time like wishing and hoping that you would find that particular person that was just like an instant fix. And maybe you really thought you did find that person in this one. But you're kind of coming to realize that there's so much about romantic relationships and about this societal standard of what we are supposed to be in love and romance. Maybe you're just kind of coming to recognize that so much of it's so fake. And this traditional setup or format, maybe you're realizing also isn't for you, and it's not something that you really feel happy in for a long periods of time. And you're like, I tried it, I give it a chance, and it's just sort of something doesn't feel right still. So that's kind of what I'm getting from that. I'll leave these cards out and draw a few more there. Excuse I have all this cleaning supplies back here. I was like shampooing and vacuuming my carpets. They still smell like dogs though, so that's really fun. My pets are being so good right now. The kitten is just like sleeping on the couch. The corgi is sleeping on the floor over there. Adorable. Okay, so let's see what else we can get for you. Spirit, truly grateful. Let's look for, we've kind of unraveled some of the problems or circumstances maybe that Spencer is experiencing right now. Okay. Let's get some guidance cards. Let's get a little bit of guidance for Spencer now. Spirit, truly grateful, please. And thank you. Ooh, okay. I'll take that. Spirit, a few more messages. Thank you so much. Let's get some guidance. Actually, let's go over these three cards for a second here. For some guidance and some clarifiers. So, I have the Devil in reverse here as a guidance card for you. So what I'm seeing is maybe this energy of, I could see it in a couple of different ways. So let's talk about both of them or all of them. The first thing I could kind of see is this nudge or this push, like not to be so hard on yourself or not to be so, I guess, critical of yourself in a sense of maybe thinking that you don't deserve better or that you sometimes maybe settle in situations because you think that this was like all you're going to be able to find. Or, and I'm not saying that's true, I'm just saying that's kind of the vibe I'm getting here as far as guidance goes. Maybe it's a little bit more of like having a lot more boundaries and standards for yourself as far as who you allow in and what you allow to take up your time and your energy and that sort of thing is kind of the guidance I'm getting here. As well as the Three of Cups, which is sort of, feels like as a guidance card, the Three of Cups is kind of like, allow yourself to feel all of your feelings. Allow yourself to embrace every aspect of yourself as far as your feelings go. So don't sit out your anger. Don't sit out your sadness. Don't sit out your, your joy and the things that you're passionate about and excited about and that you get giddy about. Don't let any of those parts of your feelings sit out, because all of them make up the important essence of your being and your place here. And so that's kind of the message I'm getting there, is like, don't hide from your full range or your full spectrum of emotion. Allow yourself to get angry. Allow yourself to be happy. Allow yourself to mourn. Allow yourself to change your mind. And all of that sort of stuff is the message I'm getting of guidance from Spirit here for you. The Three of Pentacles is sort of just a reminder that as long as you focus on yourself and your hustle and mind your fucking business, you really can't do any wrong. Like, if people want to come at you with bullshit, but you're not about that bullshit, then they can't really bother you. Then they can't really sway you. They can't really take you off your path. And this is just kind of a reminder to continue standing in that power and to just be sure of yourself and be confident in yourself and in your work and what you're doing, and in knowing that you can take care of yourself and that you have been taking care of yourself, and that, we're lucky for the help that we get, but at the end of the day, a lot of that is us fueling ourselves and pulling ourselves forward and dragging ourselves through our days and our tasks, and not only that, but like thriving within that and finding a way to thrive within that. So I think that's definitely just a message from Spirit to stay in that power and to remind yourself of how much work you've done. Remind yourself of how far you've come, and sort of detach yourself from those relationships. Detach yourself from all relationships sometimes and just see yourself as a whole, and see yourself. The Strength card, confirmation of exactly what I'm saying right now and right here, is to, essentially the message I'm getting is to just take a moment to look at yourself and think about yourself separate from every other aspect of your life. Don't think about yourself as the career that you do. Don't think about yourself as the relationship that you're in. Don't think of yourself as the hobbies you have. And kind of what I'm seeing here is to strengthen that inner connection with yourself. So, I have the Lover's card that came out with the Strength card that came out with the Hierophant. So this is really talking to me about, that was haphazard is how I just showed you these, but establishing this really unbreakable and really strong inner bond with yourself is sort of what I'm seeing. And kind of opening up to this deeper portal of yourself and getting to know this more intimate version of yourself with yourself. It's kind of the really big message that I'm getting right now, which I love. That's really good. Those three cards just coming out together, that's really, really good. It's a very good omen. I feel like you're going to have a lot of success and a lot of, it would be really fruitful for you to explore your own path and to start making choices about things that you have felt intuition about, or that you have felt like if you want to move, shake, do things, go for other things, do different stuff, like you've got to allow yourself to thrive and do that and to take those chances, because there are so many different chapters of our lives, and I'm just seeing that you are so ready to start a new chapter that has everything and all things to do with you, that is really focused on, your path and your mission and the things that you care about, the things that you're passionate about, and kind of giving up this this idea that we need to give others so much of ourselves, or that we need to have these relationships and factors that somehow define us or somehow complete us, it's like, it's not necessary. And I think the fact that we've been fed that kind of narrative where we need to have a person, mostly women, like, need to find a man, blah, 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 blah. It's so tired. It's so old. And so I'm really just seeing you establishing this much deeper connection with yourself and with your path. And kind of being like, ugh, I'm kind of sick of taking care of other people right now. I'm kind of sick of trying to make other people happy, or, you know, trying to squeeze happiness out of my relationships that I feel like maybe aren't even for me anymore. Holding on to things that sort of you want to work or you wish would work. Knight of Wands. Let's see here. Okay. I got the 9 of Wands, 10 of Wands. So you definitely have some big ideas that are brewing, some big thoughts and kind of action. I sort of see action orientated movement or sparks going on within your mind, kind of like light bulbs going off of things that you could do and want to do. And it looks like with the Hanged Man in reverse, I see you taking these chances and not letting yourself feel caught up or stuck or upside down about it. Woo! I see you kind of taking these ideas and taking this momentum that you have right now and sort of just pushing forward and pressing forward and making decisions and doing things differently and just finally saying, like, enough is enough. I've had enough. I mean, how long can I let this go on for? And I don't know specifically if this is talking about your romantic relationship, but since you did ask about that, I do think that's kind of what it means. Where it's like, go ahead and take these steps to really switch the focus to yourself. Really switch the focus to what it is you care about and what you want to be doing. And maybe take a little bit of your energy out of this relationship. Just to kind of be like, okay, you know what, I'm stepping back from the situation. Maybe I'm not leaving the situation entirely. Maybe I'm not canceling this person out. Obviously, I love them. I care about them. I've been with them for this long. But maybe just withdraw your energy a little bit. Just say like, hey, you know, I'm going to take a step back, see how they react, kind of see how they take that. What steps are they going to take? Did they care to try and make this work? Am I the only one putting in effort? I would say, yeah, maybe just withdraw a little bit, your energy. 7 of Wands. Okay. Spirit, truly grateful for your guidance. Please offer us a few more messages for Spencer here today. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Offer us a few more messages for Spencer here today. Truly grateful. Thank you. Ace of Cups. This card in reverse. Okay. So we're pushing through. We're getting more messages here for you today. I hope any of this is making sense. Everything that's coming out, though, is stuff that I feel like I need to be telling you right now. So I think that's about the best we can do. 7 of Wands. So I kind of see more progression with that 9 and 10 of Wands we just saw, which was sort of you building momentum on something that you wanted to move forward with, whether it was more focus on yourself or less focus on someone else. And kind of thinking and creating an idea or a plan for yourself of what you want to do next. But a lot of this, I feel like you are leaving up to fortune with the Wheel of Fortune card here. Or you are saying the universe is going to build and create this plan for me. It's kind of what I'm seeing. You're leaving a lot of things up to fate. Even though, you know, you do have a lot of different ideas and things that you're thinking about wanting to do, I think you haven't put those things into play yet because you're sort of waiting. There's a sense of a little bit of waiting where you're like, okay, you know what? There have been a lot of times in my life where I've jumped and made decisions and jumped to conclusions and done things, fly by the seat of my pants, all of that. So right now I see a little bit of you embracing this energy of wanting to plan, wanting to think, wanting to build an idea before you throw all caution to the wind. But I definitely do see a little bit of waiting around and a little bit of maybe hoping that the universe will kind of press forward for you, do something for you. It looks like I have the Ace of Cups here, so some sort of new beginning, some sort of new creation as far as your thoughts and ideas about love goes. Maybe you start looking at, like I said, maybe about a little bit earlier, you start kind of looking at relationships in a different light where you're like, it's not everything I used to think it needed to be. It's not everything I used to thought I want. It's not, maybe it's just not what it seemed. Like love and romance and marriage and blah, 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 all of that. So I kind of see it, I mean, this could be a new beginning with someone that you meet where it's like totally different than anything you've really been involved in. Or it could just be like a whole new way of thinking about things that kind of hits you. The Empress in reverse is kind of talking to me a little bit more about how you haven't necessarily felt completely in your power. And you kind of feel like there have been some parts of yourself that you've lost or left behind. And I think maybe that's saying in the relationship that you're currently in, maybe it feels like there are parts of yourself that you aren't really embracing, or there are parts of yourself that you feel like you don't get to be fully in this situation. So definitely kind of think about that a little bit. If that is relating or bringing anything up for you, I want you to kind of think into that a little bit more. How much are you willing to compromise yourself for a relationship? How much have you been compromising yourself for a relationship? What are things that you want to do and maybe have wanted to do that you haven't for your relationships? So that sort of thing. I don't know for sure why that came up so strongly, but let's see here. I wanted to kind of get a bottom of the deck pull for you, but I think we'll look at the bottom of this deck and see what our last message is. The Magician. So definitely another confirmation to stay in your power and to stay. That was like a weird way to say that. Oh, I'm sorry. Stay in your power and just know that you are capable of creating new and amazing opportunities for yourself. And just because there are a few hitches, it seems like in the get up right now, or a few blocks on your path, or a lot of road bumps that you're kind of encountering, don't stop pushing forward. Use your magic, use your charm, use that fire to continue cultivating new things for yourself. Because I see a lot of that energy coming in, and a lot of letting go of old things that maybe just don't serve you anymore. As far as ways that you think about yourself, ways that you think about love, and just your relationships in general. So I'm wishing you the best, Spencer, and thank you so much again. I'm here if you need anything, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.